It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From AT&T Center in San Antonio, tonight, the San Antonio Spurs playing host to the LA Clippers. It's Spurs basketball to get this one going. Underway in Texas. The screen sets him up for two.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts. So, Ed, my man P. Bev the other day made some comments on social media. I want to get your reaction. He said, I'll tell you right now, we are the best team in LA. How do you feel about that?
Jay, since the Clippers moved from San Diego, I don't know if that's been the case once. Maybe going back a few years, but LeBron James is in LA now. I don't know if Patrick Beverley's right on that one. To DeRozan. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
I think the defender had absolutely zero chance on that play.
Clippers have the basketball. To Paul George. Takes stock of the floor. George to Leonard. Reset here. Let's see what they do. No good.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Bad pass there. Clippers have it. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. DeRozan with it. 2-point advantage. To Rudy Gay. Here comes the screen. DeJounte Murray. Had a chance, but it's no good. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. Murray into the front court. Lead is 2. DeRozan, tough matchup against George. Knocks it down from mid-range.
The reality is no one can guard a player at his level one-on-one. The help defense needs to be shown, and he needs to see a series of obstacles instead of just one individual.
Knocks down the first. Second of 3 is good. Hits all 3 free throws. San Antonio with the basketball. DeRozan with a shot that misses. To George. Reset here. Let's see what they do. That's usually one that he'll knock down.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
DeRozan to Murray. DeMar DeRozan, 2 for 3 now here in the first.
That was a tough shot. The guy was in your pocket. He even contested the shot. Everything was going according to plan until then.
Here comes the screen. Deep and a putback slam.
I don't know if it was so much the bounce or the vertical. I think it was more so the reach. That's what happens when you have a 7+ wingspan.
DeRozan with the basketball. Leads just a point. To Rudy Gay. able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. Kawhi Leonard matched up with Aldridge. Beverly. Down to 5 on the 24. Missed it. Not much more you could ask for from the defense there.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
LaMarcus Aldridge. 3 for 3. That's a perfect start.
Learn from that. You got to be a step ahead of the offensive player. Know that big is coming again later.
Here's a chance from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
He showed that he had great chemistry with his teammates on that shot. Keep getting him good looks, and the one will just keep scoring.
Beverly into the front court. It's 12-10. Drives, but a shot won't go down. Murray with it. He'll run the offense. Has a chance. That's no good.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
Time to shuffle things up. Kawhi Leonard trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 84% free throw shooter. Free throw up and good. And the three-point play puts them up early in this one. Spurs have it. DeJounte Murray to Aldridge. DeMar DeRozan fell in love with Toronto as a player and a person, but no question DeRozan's playing with a chip on his shoulder.
He most definitely is, and he will embrace Greg Popovich and also the San Antonio Spurs. But I'm going to read you what DeMar DeRozan said. He said, "People say, what are you depressed about? You can buy anything you want. I wish everyone in the world was rich so they would realize money isn't everything. It's about loyalty," for DeMar DeRozan.
Rises for the slam. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Rudy Gay to DeRozan. Nothing going here on that drive. DeMar DeRozan, 3 for 4. Good start.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
Murray into the front court. They trail by 1. DeRozan to Murray. And slams it down. Big finish for Aldridge. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
From long range, buries the trifecta.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
Spurs in possession. Here comes the screen. Surveys the floor. DeRozan to Rudy Gay. Gets it to go. Someone clearly missed their rotation.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Leonard. Here comes the screen. Going to launch beyond the arc. The hot shooting continues. He's got 12 in the first quarter, including that trifecta.
And Ed, did you see how quick his release was? There was no wasted motion from the waist up.
DeRozan with it. Down 3. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper off the mark. To Leonard. Has a look. Jumper's good. Spurs will take the timeout. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. Time to adjust. Both coaches making change.
Hey, this is our game. Let's take it home, man. Let's go.
Substitutions, Los Angeles. Entering the game for the San Antonio Spurs, number 18, Marco Bellinelli.
From the painted area, won't go down. Another follow, still no good.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
For 3, they'll take it from downtown. Let's see, Jay, if that wakes them up.
Yeah, that was a big-time 3, but the most important possession is now, the one you're currently in. Don't focus on the next play, but focus on the present.
Right here, right here, right here. Right here.
Hat-trick Beverly. Missed his first. That one goes.
Well, you know what the old saying is, when you assume, you make a... You know what I'm talking about. You can't fault the D too much there. I was expecting to kick out 3.
Baseline drive, the shot won't fall. Beverly into the front court. It's a 9-point lead. It was right there. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
The free throw is good. Finishing off the 3-point play. The lead grows to 12. Right now, San Antonio's possession. Runner's good there.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Trying to cash in. Wide open look, won't go.
The defense has to find a way to become mentally present in this ball game. Another open look, the offense is picking them apart.
Mills in possession. Down 12. Lets it fly from long range. Very little's gone right in this first quarter, but with that 3, you look at the scoreboard, they're back within 9.
And Ed, Rome was not built in one day. You can't rush the process. Just keep chipping away.
And a 3-pointer at the buzzer for good measure. What a finish to the opening period. A great stretch here to start the game. We played one with the visiting Clippers out on top. Jay and I back with more after this. You're watching the NBA on EA Sports. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get...
Come on, y'all. Let's go get it.
Substitutions, LA. In the
Jay, the Clippers last year were 2 games better than 500. Pretty amazing when you think about what they dealt with.
Most definitely. But everything for this Clipper organization starts with Lou Williams. He is the stud for this team. It's his second time in his career he's been named 6th Man of the Year. And that's why they signed the 31-year-old to a 3-year, $24 million deal.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
It goes down.
Again, Ed, if you made it to this level, you're capable of doing things that normal humans could never do, even if you're not known for it.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Add 2 points to the board.
You know, Ed, people don't understand. Tough shots are practiced every single day. With all these different contraptions out there to contest your shot, guys shoot 500 made shots a day. This is the new norm.
And he finishes at the rim.
There's some players out there that like the freedom of space, and then we have the anomalies. We have the players who feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and almost the physicality of the game centers them and puts them right on balance every time.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Working hard on the glass. Oh, working hard there. Collects the rebound and gets it back up for the slam.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Carroll against George. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Williams across the timeline. Looking to make something happen. Finger roll, finishing with finesse.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
It's LA Clippers ball. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
You see, the great playmakers see the shot before it ever happens. They recognize how they were being guarded on the previous set, and then they make the necessary adjustments.
Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Knocks it down on the step back. That was not easy.
There's a natural tendency when you guard a right dominant hand player to send him left. But for a guy who's a good mid-range shooter, that's wrong. His pace dribble is his left hand. Force him to go right and know that the chances are higher of him trying to drive and attack the rim. That's knowing the scouting report.
4-3. It's good. Something tells me they'll give him that shot again.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion, the backspin. It gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
San Antonio ball. Has a chance, and he knocks it down. Jay, as key a move as you'll find in the NBA.
And it is the new age triple threat. It does 2 things. Number 1, it creates distance in a hurry. Number 2, when you're stepping east to west while maintaining your dribble, which is the difference maker, it throws a defender off because now he's at your mercy and he's off balance.
And it just may be, Jay, the biggest threat late in the shot clock.
Especially if you add a hesitation to the move, or if you look at the rim, you'll most time have the defender jumping out of his shoes.
We wish defenders all the best in this game defending that. Fires the 3. It's good. Coach wants to see more from his D.
He's most definitely got the hot hand behind the 3-point arc. Anytime your first-round pick is shooting like this, your GMs and owners just sit back and smile.
San Antonio with the basketball. Here comes the screen. Beyond the arc for three. Buries the wide open three. That's too easy.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
To Gilgeous-Alexander. Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Lou Williams. He's 2 for 2 now.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Carroll matched up with Paul George. Strong finish for Paul George.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter, but still keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
Late heave to beat the buzzer. So a tight one as we reach the break in a 1-point game. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
It's time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Clippers are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. These are the guys getting buckets for the Los Angeles Clippers. The Spurs are within striking distance at the half, and that deficit is a negative, of course, but I do see it positive. I really like how they move the ball, keeping each other involved offensively. They've got a nice flow to their game today. Have a look at the leading scorers for the San Antonio Spurs.
Game track. Bench points.
This is a game where the bench guys deserve a bit of the spotlight. The thing is, you need a spotlight big enough for the reserves on both squads. This is a game that's been all about the depth in the depth chart.
Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip ahead and just get this guy player of the game. You can tell he's on his way to a special game. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Clippers have the basketball. Here comes the screen. Paul George.
Go. Trap this. Come on, we got it.
Sizing up the defense. Now a pass stolen by the Spurs.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
To Paul George. Here's a chance from long range. It was contested, but Paul George still dials in for three.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough two rather than an easy three.
And slams it down. Big finish for Aldridge.
An easy two. Get back on defense.
It's the Clippers with the possession now. From long range, shakes free and hits.
When a rookie starts to believe that he not only can play, but more importantly, he belongs, nights like this become more and more common.
Murray with the basketball. The deficit now up to 5. Here comes the screen. Almost unlucky bounce. To Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. That's how it's done. He's 4 for 4 in the game.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Oh, bad pass taken away by the Spurs.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort, it's off the charts.
DeJounte Murray with the dunk. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Murray into the front court. Down 5. To DeRozan. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I remember my high school coach said 1 man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Jakob Poeltl able to recover with the block.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
DeJounte Murray to DeRozan. Kawhi Leonard with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
To Beverly, going to launch beyond the arc. And Patrick Beverly plays with so much confidence. Zero hesitation, knocks it down.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
Scores from the post. LA Clippers with the basketball. George. Even to Zubats. Sends it away.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Stuffs it down with authority. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
DeRozan with the basketball. The deficit is 6. To Aldridge. Able to convert inside.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Murray with it. His guys trail now by 4. To Aldridge.
There you go. Watch, Mike got you here, right here.
And he hits.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Beverly into the front court. He'll run the offense. George with the step back.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next level elite PG. No doubt about it. This year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Rudy Gay to Aldridge. off the assist.
But most importantly, you have to keep the ball moving. Maybe run some floppy sets, some horn sets. Raise those bigs up, which open up the lane, and let them be the passers to make plays easier for the guards.
Paul George. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Spurs. Kawhi Leonard swats it.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
DeRozan to Rudy Gay. Down low, Aldridge. Jumper's good.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Beverly into the front court. Tie game, third quarter. Now pass stolen by the Spurs.
Tie ball game. Make this possession count.
DeJounte Murray. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
Neck and neck. They couldn't get anything on that possession. Let's see if we can get a bucket in transition.
Whoa! What a finish!
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Spurs have it. DeRozan against Paul George. Knocked loose. Clippers have it. George. Oh, bad pass. Taken away by the Spurs. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Turns and slams it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
DeRozan with it. Down 4 to Aldridge. Nice finish at the rim.
And Ed, here's my offensive theory. More touches, more points. This is a fast-paced league. Either the coaches adapt or you'll be left behind.
Has a look. Rebounded by Gay. DeRozan with the basketball. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. Rudy Gay to DeRozan. Aldridge to DeRozan. And a chance coming up at the line.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
DeMar DeRozan at the line for 2 shots. For his career, 82%. Good free throw shooting. Not
Substitutions, LA. Into the game for the Spurs.
to DeRozan. Aldridge to Rudy Gay. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. Time for some new personnel into the game.
San Antonio Spurs. Number 13.
Patty Mills. To Aldridge. He connects. Sometimes you just have to go out there and make a tough play.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
This guy's tough. Patrick Beverly, hand in his face, still drills it.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Beverly into the front court. The deficit now up to a dozen. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. He's been a one-man show, but Jay, they're still down in this one.
He's their lone bright star, their only star tonight. Some other of the supporting cast members really need to step up.
To Aldridge. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
First one goes down. Goes 2 for 2. It's LA Clippers ball. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Here comes the screen. Gilgeous-Alexander. For three, cleans it up. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Mills in possession. His team leads it by 10. Aldridge lets it fly from long range. Not that time. He misses. Off the assist.
And a lot of passers usually have their head on the swivel, but ultimately, either you have a feel for the game or you don't.
To Patty Mills. To Aldridge. Oh, he had it. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Beverly. Great look and vision. He gets it.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Clippers have the basketball. To Harkless. LaMarcus Aldridge sends it away. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Mills in possession. Up 5. To Aldridge. The Spurs with 4 on the shot clock. The drive right to the basket. He cruises in for 2. Too easy.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Beverly into the front court. The margin standing now at 7. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Count it.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. It's the Clippers with the possession now. To Beverly. Now a pass stolen by the Spurs.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
And the Clippers have the rebound. To Beverly. To Gilgeous-Alexander. 4-3. Gilgeous-Alexander forcing one there. Well defended. Down low, Aldridge. Flushes it home.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Mills in possession. They lead it. 4-point game. To Aldridge. And the rebound taken in by Beverly. To Harkless. Lays it up and in.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Mills in possession. Leads a bucket. To Aldridge. Old school. Backs Knocks his man down for the basket.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Knocks it down from mid-range. Mills in possession. Lead is 2. Deep left corner. To Aldridge. From the painted area, won't go down. To Beverly.
Got it. Good trap.
LA with 4 to shoot. Patty Mills snares the rebound. Spurs in possession to Rudy Gay. Gets a look, can't hit. To Harkless. Plenty of contact. The shot no good. Mills in possession. 2-point advantage. To Aldridge.
Here I come.
Patty Mills. Nice pass to set things up.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Harkless against Rudy Gay. Fires the 3. Oh, that's how it's done.
They got him in the first round to do exactly that. Make tough shots and help them win games.
Mills in possession. Leads 1. Rudy Gay. No, I missed a short one there.
And that's next level defense. The defender took away the pocket space of the shooter. Now, as a shooter, they shoot hundreds of shots each and every day from that pocket with consistency. Now you force them to change the angle or the positioning of that pocket, you're going to lower the chances of them making that shot.
The jumper's off the mark. Mills in possession. His team up by 1. Rudy Gay to Patty Mills. Aldridge to Patty Mills.
Make it tough on him. Make it tough on him.
Shot by Aldridge won't fall.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Rudy Gay at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 79% at the line. Free throw's good. It's a 3-point play. And more importantly, it means this is a 2-possession game. Now the Clippers call a timeout. It's just their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with 1 more. Leonard to George. Beyond the arc for 3. It's no good. Shot's not going down. Right now, San Antonio's possession. And they call the foul. Careful there, Jet.
Just a tic-tac foul.
Rudy Gay, a couple of free throws on the way. He's perfect from the line so far. And hits the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. Timeout called here by the Clippers. They'll need a quick shot and then likely a quick foul in what is now a 2-possession game. And a putback slam. DeRozan matched up with Paul George. It's the Spurs who are victorious as they win this one by 4. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Spurs took this down to the wire before getting the win. You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the San Antonio Spurs. The Clippers lost a tight one today, and you can see the disappointment. This loss is sure to be all the more bitter because of how well they shot from beyond the arc. Their percentage from three-point range was outstanding. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Los Angeles Clippers.
Game track. Field goals.
From an offensive standpoint, this was a quality game. The same can't be said for the defense, but still, it turned out to be an entertaining matchup.
Player of the game.
LaMarcus Aldridge gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch. Here are the top 3 plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Take a look at the upcoming games for the San Antonio Spurs. On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen Rose signing off.